There is a brand new hunting game coming out. There is no current release date. This game doesn't even have a name yet, but it is by Nine Rock Games and it could replace Way of the Hunter. Let's have a look at the trailer and discuss. So Nine Rock Games also put out a dev diary this morning, so we're going to have a peek at that today as well, but let's have a look at this trailer. But before we do, let me know in the comments what your favorite hunting game is right now. And I'm sure you know for me, it is definitely The Hunter Call of the Wild. It's the game that I have built my entire channel on because I love Call of the Wild. But I am always open to trying new hunting games. So the first animal we saw there was a turkey, and I don't believe there are turkeys in Way of the Hunter. So that is a good start. Now the game is looking very lush and green and realistic. So far my first impression is that it is looking pretty great. Now I rewinded the trailer a little bit so that we could see the rabbits running by. So there are some rabbits there, very cool. And the next animal we're gonna see there is a very large wolf. Now I tried to zoom in a little bit. It's really hard to see. They are going through this very quickly, so you can't get a really good look at them, but there will definitely be wolves in this game. And then it does go on to show a Roosevelt elk and a beautiful moose. Moose are my absolute favorite species to hunt for, and that is a very good looking moose. That gets me excited. Now this new game will be built on Unreal Engine 5, and they actually talk about that in the dev diary, so let's have a look at that right now.
From the day that we launched Way of the Hunter, it was our main mode of operation to listen to the community and to implement as much feedback as we could, as much as made sense for the project. But there was also a set of things that we wanted to do that just weren't realistically feasible in Way of the Hunter. Maybe it's because they would take too long to do, or the opportunity cost of doing that and not something else was too great. And so with our next project, many of the things that we really wanted to do and that we know that you wanted us to do, we can finally do now with Unreal Engine 5 with our next project.
I would say that our players are pretty much very creative, and when we compare our plans into the future, I can definitely say that many players suggest the same. So pretty much what we are thinking with what we do is definitely something which already been mentioned in the forums. So as I said, we take the feedback into consideration. Sometimes we see the feedback and say, well, that's a really good idea. Sometimes we say, okay, so we had this hypothesis, and now what people are saying simply just supports what we thought. So that's also kind of a signal, right, that we are doing or thinking something good. Even if a person gives a good feedback and they don't see the feedback materializing in the game, it's probably because we didn't do it yet.
So with Way of the Hunter, the technology that we were using, which is Unreal Engine 4, was a mature technology, but also a technology that was at the end of its life cycle. On the other hand, Unreal Engine 5 then presents itself as a more future-proof technology that is going to improve and develop over time together with the game that we are working with. And it also allows us to build the game in a more under the hood, in a more structured and modular way that's going to make us more efficient at updating the game later on.
Well, Unreal Engine 5 pretty much enables us to be competitive even 5 or 6 years from now, because the old engine, Unreal Engine 4, was okay, but as the time goes on, new consoles, new generation, new graphics card, everything will be pretty much more focused on the new engine, and the new engine can shine with the new technology.
Why not just port Way of the Hunter from Unreal Engine 4 to Unreal Engine 5? And it may seem like the simple, easy way to do it from the outside, but the reality of the situation is that at the end of the day, it's almost the same amount of work as starting fresh, not having to transfer all the baggage that we took from a finished game to a next project that we can really do the way that we want is very valuable to us, and I think it's going to result in a much better game for everyone.
We give players the opportunity to play the way they want. We want to take it slowly, you are not competing with anyone, you're just having fun, right? So you're having fun is the most important thing when you're playing a video game.
So it sounds like being on Unreal Engine 5 is the main motivation for creating this new hunting game. They want to give the community what they want in a hunting game, and that is just smart. Being on Unreal Engine 5 is going to give them the way to be competitive even many years into the future. They didn't want to be on Unreal Engine 4 anymore. They felt like it was at the end of its life cycle, and that's a good reason to start a new game. So it sounds like to me that this game will replace Way of the Hunter. I don't know if they'll continue to do updates for Way of the Hunter after this new game comes out. I kind of doubt it, but I really couldn't say. But one thing I know for sure is it is only a good thing to have lots of competitive hunting games out there. That just keeps the developers of all of these hunting games on their toes and wanting to make even better content. But I have absolutely nothing to complain about as far as how EW has been doing lately with the Hunter Call of the Wild. They have been coming out with all kinds of updates. We just had a new DLC and Great One drop at the end of October, and now there is another Great One coming, a new update, and a new map coming at the beginning of December. The release date for that is December the 9th, and I am very excited for that. Now, there actually are 2 other hunting games that we are waiting for them to be released, and that would be Hunting Sim 3 and Ultimate Hunting. I feel like we've been waiting for Ultimate Hunting forever, and I can't wait for it to come out. I thought it was supposed to come out in 2025, but it really doesn't look like that's going to happen. And did you just notice there that that rifle had a suppressor on it in Ultimate Hunting? That is something that the community has been asking for in Call of the Wild, so maybe having it in a different hunting game will put the pressure on for suppressors to be added to Call of the Wild. That is why I say that competition is a good thing. It is a little frustrating for them to get us all excited and then no game shows up for a very long time. I'm talking years. Now, I really have no idea how far they are in the development of this new nameless game, but hopefully it won't be a long wait. Now, this is actually the trailer for Hunting Sim 3, which is the other hunting game that is supposed to be coming out. And when I actually went to Google and searched when the release date is for Hunting Sim 3, it actually said it was coming out in early 2025. Clearly, that is not the case, but here's hoping all of these games will come out very soon because watching all these trailers gets me so excited. Now, I actually haven't played any of the Hunting Sim games, but if you would like me to play some of them on the channel, let me know in the comments below. I would love to, if that is what you would like to see. I'm happy to hear that there is a new hunting game, and I definitely plan to play it when it does come out. Let me know in the comments what you think of it, and are you planning to play this game? And if you did enjoy the video, definitely hit that like button. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this. And as always, thank you so much for watching.